most of the time when actors become politicians, people have this thing saying that, oh, she or
Will
he
not
will
be
not
seen.
come,
Yeah.
they will not work. And I had to break that myth. In 21, Didi herself told me that, it's high time. Come in the forefront and participate in active politics. This lady is like, she's an iron lady. And I just left, like I had just 17 days to campaign in 2021. I completely forgot that I was an actor. And I told myself that no, I have to go to the people, I have to reach out to people, people have to see me, whom they are voting.
What's your take on the current political climate in Bengal?
A lack of strong opposition. People would want to think that Mamata is losing her popularity. It's just the opposite. She is extremely popular, especially in the rural sectors of Bengal. That makes a lot of difference
Of
in the
course.
votes, in the vote banks.
What are your views on the women reservation bill?
Even now, 38% of women MPs in the parliament is from our party. So I leave it to that. So empowering women has always been a top priority in Bengal.
When did you actually decide to finally transit from the entertainment industry as a successful actress to politics?
I don't decide. God decides for me. I don't know, somehow. And of course, Mamata decided for me.
How do you assess the performance of TMC government under Mamata Banerjee?
When you're there for 34 years, the government also, I felt, not thought, but I felt that it became very complacent. I continued to work as an actor even when I became an MLA, and yeah, I will continue to do so because acting is something which I'll never give up. I can't. That's my passion.
Welcome to the Statesman Talk. I'm your host, Anna Chaudhary. We have with us today Mrs. June Maliah, who's a renowned Bengali cinema actress and a member of the West Bengal Legislative Assembly, TMC. Mrs. Maliah, welcome to the Statesman Talk.
Thank you.
So I'd like to ask you, how and when did you actually decide to finally transit from the entertainment industry as a successful actress to politics? What caused that shift?
I don't decide. God decides for me. I don't know, somehow. And of course, Mamata decided for me because I knew Didi from 2009, and I've been just uh, I've always admired her, and I really kind of look up to her as a person. I feel that she's achieved so much, and she comes absolutely from the grassroots with no one to help her, no godfather, no, just without any kind of a background. And
Yeah.
she's done so much and achieved so much. And she brought an end to the 34 years of the communist regime in West Bengal, single-handedly, I would say so, after she broke off from Congress and she had her own party, All India Trinamool Congress. So this lady is like, she's an iron lady.
Yeah.
Truest sense. So, not only me, there are many people, many women, many girls in West Bengal who look up to her
She's
as
a
an
huge
icon.
inspiration, of course.
She's, of course, a huge inspiration, and she's very hardworking. So, I met her at common friends, get in a get together, and from there on, she kind of kept in touch with me. And then in 2011, I campaigned for her. When still, like people came and told me, "Oh, you're campaigning for TMC. What if they lose? And then you'll be at the wrong end of."
History, so to say.
Yeah. So what are you doing? Why are you doing this? I said, no, I need to support her, and that's why I'm doing. I'm not doing it for anything else.
Because you believe in her and what
Yes,
she stands for.
absolutely, absolutely. So in 2011 also, I was told that I would be given a ticket. But then in 2011, it was too early for me, and politics was not something that I wanted to enter. I had lot of other commitments, especially to my work, to my family. My children were growing up. So I said that no, this is not the right time for me. So I would rather, be as a support. And of course, so thereon, so henceforth, every occasion of TMCs or any elections, I campaigned, be it Lok Sabha, be it assembly elections. Then in 21, Didi herself told me that, it's high time that, I really want you to kind of
Come on the forefront.
come in
And
the forefront and participate in active politics. And I want you to run for the election. So I was like, I told her that maybe it's not the right time. She said, it's, let me decide now. And and yeah, and before that, of course, in 2011, I was made the member of the West Bengal Women's Commission, and after that I completed the entire term, and then became the member of the Child Rights Protection and Child Rights Commission as well. And yeah, so when I asked her that, so where are you sending me? So she said, you have to go to Paschim Midnapur. Midnapur is, I was like, wow, that's like, I don't know anyone. And she's like, don't worry, you just go and campaign well, and then let, let the
fate do
people
its job.
decide, let the people decide. So I said, okay, fine. And I just left, like I had just 17 days to campaign in 2021.
Wow.
Just 17 days.
That's
And
barely
it
anything.
was the first phase of the election. And in Bengal, somehow we always go through these 8 phases of elections. So 2021, we had an 8 phase. And the first phase was mine. And then, I was like hoping and praying that, oh, Midnapur should be, somewhere in the middle, like maybe third, fourth, fifth, or not the first, not the first. And it was the first. And I was like, 17 days, and like it's not a small assembly, it's a district headquarter of Paschim Midnapur. And I was like, okay, never mind. So I completely forgot that I was an actor, and I told myself that no, I have to go to the people, I have to reach out to people, people have to see me, whom they are voting.
Yeah.
So off went my sunglasses and my lipstick and everything, and I was wearing like my cotton saris and chappals, and just I was running from door to door to door to door to just tell them that, like they should just keep the faith going, and just vote for me and Didi. And Midnapur was a very difficult seat. So when I was going, I was told that, oh, that seat, even the journalists and everyone said that, Kano, I'll say, Kano
Yeah.
Didi tomake patache, why is Didi sending you there? Because there's no way you will win it. Because in 2019, Dilip Ghosh won the Lok Sabha there. And all the assemblies, more or less, amongst the 7 assemblies, almost all the 6 assemblies were behind, so they were like, how will you recover it? And it's a lost case. So I said, never mind, now that I'm here, I'm going to give my 200% maybe in 17 days, and let me see, let the people decide. So on the day of the counting, I was like, I had very mixed feelings, but somewhere, I also knew that maybe I will win, because I said, even if I win by 200 votes, I'm a winner, and maybe I'm winning this seat. Because something was, this is sixth sense that was after my elections when I came back to Cal, and I was thinking about it. So, okay, so I won with a fair amount of votes, like almost a 25,000 lead, and that was like Didi was very happy, and I started to work there. Most of the time when actors become politicians, people have this thing saying that, oh, she or
They'll
he
not
will
be
not
seen.
come,
Yeah.
they will not work, they will not do this, they will not do that. And I had to break that myth. So even if it took 2.5 hours for me to reach my assembly from my constituency from Calcutta, I did that twice a week. I still continue to do that, but and I started working, and Then in 24, Didi came up and said that now it's time. It was like, what, 3 years, and 24, she just called me and said that, okay, now you'll have to run for the Lok Sabha. And I was like, oh, really? And my luck, ever since I became an MLA, so 21, I fought my own election. Then 22, it was the municipality. 23, it was the panchayat. 24, it's the Lok Sabha. Thank God, 25, we don't have anything. And 26 is again the assembly election. So it's like elections after elections. So I was like, okay. And yeah, so 24 was not easy either because Dilip Ghosh was there. He was the MP, and uh, it was a huge responsibility and a even bigger task to win that election. But yeah, Almighty was great, and the people kept the faith going in me, and here I am. So that's my little political journey. But nevertheless, I continued to work as an actor even when I became an MLA, and yeah, I will continue to do so because acting is something which I'll never give up. I can't. That's my passion.
So it would also be a loss to cinema if you do give that up. So we are happy that
Yeah, I've given the cinema like 28 years of my life, so I can't just give up like that.
of course, it's a part of you.
Yes, absolutely.
So I'd like to know a little about what are your key priorities in your constituency?
So the key priority is child marriage.
I think that's an issue overall in India.
In India, yes, even in Bengal it is, and in my constituency, there's a lot of we really need to address this. And what happened was after COVID, there was a lot of dropout from schools, and I have a lot of tribals living there in Paschim Midnapur, and they have this that it's a girl child. She's now 15 years old, 13 years old. We have to get her married,
Yeah.
or like they don't want to take that responsibility because because of social media. Everyone has phones and everyone has smartphones. And those little girls out there, a lot of human trafficking happens through social media. I'm sorry to say this, but it does, because say one girl, she gets to know this man or a boy, you never even know who it is, because actually you're faceless when you're
Of course,
having
online.
a conversation. And that's how they're meeting young fellows. Those young fellows, they kind of elope with these girls. Then many cases they bring them to the cities, and that's how they're trafficked. And then many cases they get married, and then it doesn't work, but then by then the girl is pregnant, and then she comes back to her family. So it's like, and child marriage also means young mothers who are not capable of having, the body is not ready to have babies. So when these young mothers are having babies, and the babies who are born, they are born with many issues.
Yeah, like developmental issues and
Lots. So it really breaks my heart when I go to the hospitals, and especially when I go to the neonatal sections of the hospital. It really breaks my heart, and I can see these girls are so young, but obviously they don't come up with their real age, because they know
It'll be
that
illegal.
they'll get into trouble.
yeah, yeah.
So this is something which I spoke to my district magistrate as well, and also with my minister, women and child development minister. So we are trying to address this. I definitely want to address this,
Okay,
because like child marriage is connected with many things.
very true.
It's early pregnancy. It's got to do with malnutrition. So if you address one, there are many other branches which get addressed too,
Offshoots. Very true, because
which also addresses education again. You know.
Yeah, because there'll be a lot of dropout rate
Yes,
because of course, all of these, the girls running away.
correct.
And also, as a young mother, already motherhood is difficult as it is,
Yeah,
irrespective of what age you might be,
absolutely.
because there's no time off for mothers. There's not, you can't let the child
No,
be,
but when you're a young mother, you're young yourself.
yeah,
You're not aware
of your own
of
self,
your own self, what you want to do, what you want from life, or
what the
you know how
possibilities
to
are.
look after or take care of yourself, and then you already have another life whom you have to take care of.
Very true. And the first few years are the most important
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
for children
Yeah.
as it goes.
Level on that, the malnutrition or if the baby is born with issues, then it's again a huge, but I don't know how to put it, but for the family, like they don't know what to do with
The
the
child.
baby, as if there's so much poverty issue in the family, and then they have a child who needs to be looked after maybe for life. So that's also a big issue.
So, as a woman in politics, what are some of the challenges that you've faced?
Very normal challenges that all of us face. See, in a patriarchal society, we still have a long, long way to go. We talk about gender equality, we talk about a lot of things, but we all know, that there's still a long way for us to walk. But we'll get there. So challenges are huge. Not every, it's not easy for me either. Many a times, oh, she's a woman, what will she do? Or why should we even listen to her? Or why should we take orders from her? But these are the challenges we've been facing from the time, I mean, at least I've grown up, and even it's not been easy in my film industry either. Everywhere we go, in all aspects, when I talk to my friends who work in the corporate sector, they have similar issues. I talk to my friends who are in the medical sector, be it aviation, be it medical, be it anywhere, whatever they're doing, it's very challenging for the women. And somehow people feel that women should be able to do everything. They should work at home, they should go out and work.
Yeah, manage everything.
Yeah. So these are challenges we've grown up with. We've seen our mothers. We are facing it. Our next generation will perhaps, but we'll get there. We are taking baby steps, but we'll get there.
And what's your take on the current political climate in Bengal?
Well, the elections the assembly elections are there in 2026. I feel I've been an MLA for 3 years, and um, a lack of strong opposition.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, See, this has its plus and minus, but I think a strong opposition always makes a difference in a republic. Uh, so right now in Bengal, yeah, there is a lack of strong opposition.
Okay. So that would be one thing. Anything else that you have noticed?
Um, See, however much you know people would want to think that Mamata Di is losing her popularity, it's just the opposite. She is extremely popular, especially in the rural sectors of Bengal. I have seen it. I'm not saying it because I am from TMC, but I know and I've seen it. Uh, she is still very popular as a chief minister and as a politician. And as I said, she has a huge women fan following.
All right.
That makes a lot of difference
Of
in the
course.
votes, in the vote banks.
Of course. And how do you assess the performance of TMC government under Mamata Banerjee?
So we had 34 years of the CPM government, right? I've grown up during those years in Bengal.
Please
And
tell
I
us how
see
it was also growing
yeah,
up.
so, um, well, Calcutta was always a quaint city. It was a sleepy city. And when you're there for 34 years. The government also, I felt, not thought, but I felt that it became very complacent.
Which tends to happen to
Yeah.
any government that's been in power for that long.
Yeah. So it's, I think they were complacent. They thought that they are um, indispensable. And of course, Jyoti Babu or Jyoti Basu, our uh, former late chief minister of Bengal, he was a huge figure. Okay. So till he was there, there was a little dominance, and yeah, but then came Mamata Di, and Mamata Di's struggle was huge. It just didn't happen in a few years. It was a huge, prolonged kind of a struggle. But by 2006 7, we could see that there was a change.
You could
There was
notice the
like
shift.
the shift. And people in rural Bengal was like talking about people in in the you know initially she was uh, the urban sector didn't care much about TMC, but then you could see the shift happening in the urban sector as well of the society. So as a government, I think we haven't done too bad, because nothing was done. And from there, it was right from the scratch. She had to
Build everything.
start and build everything, be it good roads or be it anything. The basic infrastructure wasn't there
From the ground up.
from the ground up. So I think the government has done a good job in such a short span of 13 years. So 2011 to 2025, 14, 2026 will be 15 if we come back. So I think we have achieved what we had to during this phase.
Okay,
And I think she's done a fine job.
wonderful. I'd also like to ask you, as a
See, people always criticize, okay?
Of course.
Whenever you just need, for the heck of it, for the sake of it, they'll criticize. But we know, the people of Bengal knows what it was and what it is now. I mean, people who come from other cities to Calcutta, or we go to the rural sectors. In rural sectors, you go to any rural sector, any part of rural Bengal, and ask people how they lived then and how they live now. There were no roads. Now there are roads everywhere. There are concrete roads. There are good roads. There's electricity. There was no electricity for such a long, long time. But now at least the electricity has reached the villages. Basic water has
Amenities
reached.
there.
Yes. So, of course, so these have made a difference.
So a lot has been done,
Yes.
which is unavoidable. It's
Yeah.
something that you cannot really discount.
Correct.
Okay, and I'd also like to ask you about being a woman yourself. What are your views on the women reservation bill? What do you feel, that is it a good idea? Is it are you for it or not?
Well, like coming from West Bengal, and when you have a chief minister and a leader like Mamata Banerjee, and even now, 38% of women MPs in the parliament is from our party. So I'll leave it to that. But also, like even in the panchayat, when we had panchayat, so she made it very clear from our government, it's like 50% it's a 50-50. So 50% is women and 50% is men, like
Making sure that the ratio is
yes,
correct.
yes.
So it's something that I think it's high time
And
that we actually
panchayat
improve.
is something, it's absolutely grassroots.
Yeah.
So the idea
Of inclusion has to start from
Mamata
there.
Banerjee is that she wants even homemakers to participate in politics, in day-to-day politics, because she says that if women can work so efficiently at home, why not in politics? And why shouldn't they participate in? Because panchayat is so grassroots.
Yeah.
So yeah, she did that.
And true, because women are they
So
constitute of the
50%
labor.
of the seats were reserved for women.
And also you have, if you can be a
Yeah.
labor,
Even in 26, I'm sure the percentage will increase.
so, what initiatives have you taken to improve education and women
See,
empowerment in your constituency?
see, for women empowerment and education, there is already lots done. So I don't have to individually do anything. All I need to do is like work with my district magistrate and my administrative team to see that it's being implemented. Say for Kanyashri scheme, and then there's Ruposhri. I'm not sure if you're aware of these schemes.
Please tell us a little about
Kanyashri
it.
Prakalpa is where the child is given financial help till class 10. Then after class 10 there's Kanyashri 1 2 3. It goes on till she if she wants to do her masters also. So the government
Provides.
aid provides. And then there's Ruposhri, which is like once she's in class 12, if she decides that she wants to get married, then there's this 25,000 which is given to her. Either she kind of use it for her marriage or she can continue studying with it. And then there's the student's credit card, which is like the student can, avail of 10 lakhs and carry, sometimes, they are very bright kids who can't, go and study and achieve their goals because due to lack of financial support from the family. So that's the aim, that the he can get a interest free student credit card where he can again
Avail these
avail
loans and
10 lakhs, and then that's how it is. And so these are something. So for us it's very easy. We need to do is we just need to go to the
concerned body and
and see if it's being implemented and what's happening in the schools, if they're regular in schools and if there are dropouts. So these are the things we have to, as the representatives, we have to look into.
and that's a big job itself, because
Yes.
there are a lot of schemes that actually
There are a
might
lot
be
of
there.
schemes, even for women empowerment. The self-help groups are coming up. And then there's the very famous Lokhir Bhandar, which of course the oppositions have a lot to say that it's like a dole or this. But you have to see how Lokhir Bhandar, the women of Bengal are so happy with it, because they feel that nobody, and it's a fact that how many of us really feel for the homemakers? We always take the homemakers for granted,
Very true.
no?
Yeah.
So at least as they feel that there's Didi who's at least thinking about us, who's at least thinking about us, that even we need something. Because there are situation, and I had said this in my speech in the West Bengal Legislative Assembly, that sometimes as mothers, even it happens with all of us, that first comes the kid, the children, then comes the husband, then comes everything else, and
You're
last
last.
is. So if I have say 100 rupees, I have saved 100 rupees, just an example, for the first thing is that, my son probably needs this new book, or my daughter needs this a new shoe. After that it's the husband's new shirt, or something.
Yeah.
And what I need is always
Kept
in the
to the last, yeah. Or
back
ignored
burners,
mostly.
huh?
And it's a typical trend.
So for them it
unfortunately.
was like, wow, Didi is giving us 500 rupees, then 1,000, then 50. Oh, Didi is thinking about us. That at least with this money we can do something.
Yeah, that you're included and not forgotten.
Yeah. So it worked, I want, even this is empowerment, I would say. Because even there are women who have saved that money and done a little, little business at the side. They have set up something. And women in Bengal, they're very talented. They can do a lot of handicrafts and things like that, just sitting at home, and they've done things like that. So so empowering women has always been a top priority in Bengal.
So thank you so much for joining us for this conversation.
Thank
It was
you.
lovely talking to you.
Thank you so much, and
Thank you.
hope to see you and meet you guys again.
If you enjoyed this episode with Mrs. Maliah, then please like, subscribe, share, and comment. Thank you.